Change the color, yeah. Mm.
Oh,
All right, guys.
How much
Welcome
are
to
they?
the second
sorry.
PvP. No, you. The second PvP podcast with Harry and Craig. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing
I'm
tonight?
great. Yo, should we use our gamer tags?
Oh no.
No, because I can't
What
even
up?
pronounce it.
What up? It's Otaculus Gamer, boys.
And
Oculus.
Otaculus, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Otaculus and
I don't know,
Janks.
man. No, I wouldn't worry about that in a podcast. No.
All right,
'Cause
well,
everybody knows when they watch a podcast, they know the people's names.
What you could do
I
is at
can't
the
keep
end of the
saying
podcast.
Otaculus.
Nah, man, that's too much.
No,
At
that's
the
too
end of the
much.
podcast,
I don't even
we
know how
could
to say
shout it.
Craig's.
You could shout out like your Twitch and your Twitter handle, and you can be like, hey, catch me on Twitter, you know, this kind of thing.
Yeah,
Follow
we'll
me
do
on
all
Twitch,
that.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
catch
you
me
can do that.
outside.
Yeah.
If you're doing anything
Yeah.
separate or anything like that.
I'm not, but Craig's gonna be. Craig's gonna be starting his own YouTube channel very soon.
Ooh,
Word. I'm excited.
you're checking that out. Oh,
I just need-
speaking of, and shout out to Milkman, David Warren.
I was
Have you
gonna
guys-
say, yeah, we
have
gotta
you
shout him
seen-
out. Yeah.
I'm gonna shout him out. I'm gonna show him this. Have you seen, what he's been doing on Milk
His
Mountain?
cabin looks amazing. Palmer and I love watching it.
Bro,
We will sit down
it's
and watch
like
his
he's
videos.
come
They're so
such a
good.
long way, man.
They're so
from-
good.
And you know what I always talk shit to him, and like I understand the reasons why he couldn't. I was like, dude, you should have had this YouTube channel back when you had the house, when you ripped up your floors.
Dude,
That's
that old house he did when he did
Yeah.
the fireplace and everything, where he
Yeah.
did that, we cut out the wall. Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
how big he'd be now if he started back then. Like I know, and I know why he couldn't start then, but he'd tell you. Like I told him, like when we started hanging out way back then, I was like, man, you need a YouTube channel. I was right. He's like, he's killing it. I watch his shit all the time. I was like,
Yeah, he's got
You're
those homesteading channels, the other big homesteading
bro,
channels.
he's taking off past
Dude,
them.
yeah,
he's I think he's at 20K now.
wow.
As the making of this video, I think he's like close to 20K. And then he had his Fire Up Friday. He made a second channel for that.
Right, I heard about that. Yeah, he said he got the rights. He's getting the naming so that if it
So he's
ever
already
got
made
big.
the channel.
No, I'm saying he originally got that same name when he first did it. When he was first uploading his videos, he did Fired Up Friday. And dude, man, what did he make? What did he make originally on there? Pineapple something? What was that? Pineapple?
The pork pineapple. It was the pineapple that had the pork shoved inside of it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
God,
at
dude.
he's at
Just-
19.6K subscribers right now.
Dude, that.
His last video 3 days ago had 41K views. That's gonna be us.
We gotta have him.
We're a million subscriber channel yet.
We gotta have him on here. We gotta have him as a guest speaker on
Oh,
here.
we will. Oh man, when I tell him this, he's gonna be like, yeah. He'll probably do it in conjunction with when he goes live.
With his live, yeah,
So
exactly
I
right.
actually
Yeah,
talk to him. I think he goes live Wednesdays. I'll talk to him and we'll figure it out. It's because it's all about just getting him a Discord and that's it.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
about
that's it.
timing.
And we'll hop in here and we'll talk to him. But yeah,
Oh
so
man.
that's Milk. He's killing it. Good job, Milk.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Okay, so let's go what I want to talk to you about, Harry and Craig, because you are thinking about getting Elden Ring.
No, let me interject before you start. I know you got a whole thing, but what I was saying to Craig is I was like, should I get Elden Ring? And the whole reason I was going to do it is because Amazon had a buy two get one free, and I was just like, if I'm already
You
buying
should
two
have done
games,
it, bro.
it's still live. But like I was like,
do it. No, Harry, bro, do it. Okay, because like I know why you don't play Souls games. Okay, but the way they approach this one, it's revolutionary to Souls games. Like I don't see them going back to the traditional Souls game. It's like how Breath of the Wild revolutionized RPGs, just like how Ocarina of Time did it before. Like because like okay, when you first come out into the open of Elden Ring, yeah, there's this big ass fucking, it's called the Tree Sentinel on this horse, all gold. He's gonna beat the hell out of you, but you don't need to fight the guy. You don't need to. You can literally just go around him and just explore and just fight all these minions. It's not like you're stuck in this one level where you have to grind at. No, man, you can run around the entire map, find stuff, come across. Like they dropped a free DLC without even like kind of making it a big thing. They added
dang.
Yeah,
that's
they added
cool.
more NPCs and quests. You would love it, man. Like it's
I mean,
still
like-
gonna be a Souls game when you go into the boss fight, but
Sure.
I.
But you can
like,
also
if-
you can summon in friends, and you can also get
Yeah, you can
summons
summon
that you
in
can summon as
friends.
many as you want and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I mean, I a couple of YouTubers that I watch, they were like, "Nah, man, Elden Ring's not for me." And then a couple of them have later on uploaded videos where they're like, "Hey, I was wrong about Elden Ring." Like it turns out that it's actually pretty good, and it's just like they're not big Souls-born fans.
because they were
But, like,
treating
this
it
one-
like a Souls game. What they and I guarantee this is probably they were probably trying to stick to the story and just doing the main quest. No, you're gonna get your ass beat like immediately when you get to the first big story boss. He is going to beat you down.
And so you
And
just go
that's
the other
why-
direction.
So yeah, so there's north. It's like when you kind of start, you're like in like kind of a southeast, but there's like a southwest, and that's the area you want to go to first. That's like where you would want to start at first, because there's another castle down there with a boss. There's bosses everywhere, but you can like you'll come across you'll get like so high that you'll come across bosses that you meet and you'll wipe the floor with.
Mm.
And it really depends on your.
So you
build.
can actually level up, and I'm not
Yeah.
just like a pawn getting smacked around the whole game.
So like a lot of people that's having problems, I'm coming across that you're built incorrectly. You got to know your build when you pick your character. Like I picked the samurai, and he was a dex. He's like a dexterity build kind of. I was building him wrong, but you actually the second story boss allows you to restat yourself, and I statted myself correctly. I wiped the floor with bosses at that. It was still like tough, but it wasn't like, oh fuck, man, I'm getting my ass beat. No, like I was coming down on them. So it's just knowing what you want to be and sticking to it. Don't deter. Like you stick to what you're gonna
So it's not like, Dark Souls, just a bigger world. It's a different game.
Yeah, it's a different feel. It's like if Breath of the Wild met Dark Souls. It's like great. And the world is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Like it literally takes time to run from one end to the other. I was like, it's good. You just got.
What do you think I've played that you can compare the map to?
Breath of the Wild.
He hasn't played Breath of the Wild.
I have.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's the
My
only.
douchey roommate had it.
You should get it for yourself. You should disconnect from your douchey roommate. Forget that, and just get it for yourself. When's your birthday?
Oh yeah, they
January
they put the
16th.
stream on
Okay,
too.
never mind. Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute, bro.
Uh-oh.
Like it's on the Wii U, and Wii U's are like easy-ish to get right now. So I'll grab
Wait,
it
you
on
don't
that.
have a Switch, Craig?
I
What?
do
He
have
does.
a
He just
Switch.
doesn't have Breath of the
Hold
Wild.
on, I can get Breath of the Wild on my Switch. Like it's on the light.
What? Yeah.
Yep.
What?
But like I feel like Breath of the Wild is a game you need to see on a TV.
It's
But then again, Arceus.
Mm,
yeah.
is-
Arceus would be a game you need to see on TV, but it's not.
But I play that
it's
handheld
not
all the
hindering
time.
you to it. You know what I mean? Like you
Mm.
can't
True.
just. No, you gotta play
man.
Breath of the Wild.
Do
This
you-
was another thing.
in your Switch hand, like, hold on. Do you have a Switch right here?
yeah.
It's
And you have Breath of the Wild on the Switch?
so
And-
I see the Switch Lite as the DS, the 3DS. But if you want to play like these games that have like these massive, nice sceneries, yeah, you gotta watch. You gotta see it on like on a TV, man.
I
Because you're
guess-
gonna watch, you're gonna look at the screen like, oh man, that's nice. But when you're on the TV, you're like, man, that looks really good. It's gonna be
That part I automatically get, but more so like my hands being cramped up. Like,
yeah,
Oh man, yeah. You got to get a controller.
yeah, for sure. Or what Harry got? What you have?
Yeah, like-
Oh, the Switch grip. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it
do they
called?
make those for the light version too?
They do. Yes.
Isn't the
Okay.
light the same
It's-
size as the Switch? Just you can't detach the.
I
No,
feel like
it's
it's
smaller.
a teeny bit thinner.
But the
It is
screen's
it
the
is
same
smaller.
size though, right?
Nope. Screen's smaller too.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
So the grip that I have is called the Satisfy grip. And it has one for the full size Switch as well as the sponsored. Yeah, right. Yeah, Satisfied. Let us know if you want to be sponsored. Or, you could use our code 15% off in the link below.
I would make a fake code.
No, what we got to do is we got to find some other YouTuber that has a Satisfy grip code, and then mention them, and then that way they get the credit. But if somebody watches us, they'd be like, "Damn, their code worked." I mean, I don't
You know,
really understand
true
that.
story. I'm down to help somebody out and also like just troll with a good deed.
Oh man,
yeah.
so
Code
like,
Harry's.
so like a big tangent, but very similar to that kind of thing. I was watching a YouTuber. This guy's name's ETA Prime. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he reviews a lot of handheld PCs and small form factor PCs.
Did you say
And,
handheld PC?
Handheld PCs like the Steam Deck,
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so like and so this guy, he has a bunch of videos, and one of his videos, he shared out a link for this website that you can buy codes online, and it's for like you can buy Steam codes online, you can buy other types of digital codes online. But one of the things that he had on his on the video that he specifically featured was Windows license keys. So this site sells Windows license keys for like $20. And then if you used his code in the description, you got like an additional 25% off. So the PC I just built, the one that I'm on right now, I paid $15 for Windows 10 Pro.
Wow.
That's legit.
And it's real legit copy. So I mean,
That's
like,
legit.
yeah.
Use
So-
code Harry.
No, we're not using code Harry. That's not
It's like a
what
couponer.
we're not using code Harry. But if you want, I'll record a sponsor segment and be like Linus Tech Tips and be like, but you know who does do sponsor segments?
What's that Clipper thingy? Like the
the Manscaped. We can do
Manscaped.
Manscaped. No, we're not doing Manscaped. We're not doing
use
Manscaped.
Manscaped. I love Manscaped.
No, we're
I
not.
love
We're doing
Manscaped.
Harry's. Harry's is the
Harry's?
way to go.
Oh yeah, because there's a razor blade called Harry.
Harry's, yeah,
oh
man.
my god.
I
So-
can't wait to see Harry Star White. Yeah.
Oh,
Harry's gonna be
man.
like the key sponsor guy in our videos. We just cut to him randomly. He's like, so if you want to try
Be
this,
Have you ever wanted to shave your beard? Well, we have a razor that.
I hate how good his voice sounds for it. It bothers
Harry
me.
has the perfect promo voice.
It does,
Oh,
right?
man.
Oh my god.
I have practiced my promo voice. So anytime anybody needs me to promote something.
We should have Harry like prank call a studio or something and
Oh, God.
read the side effects from a medicine infomercial.
Oh man, I'm gonna do my old
It's a
I'm gonna do my
patient
old
diarrhea.
I'm gonna do my old phone survey. I still got it memorized.
Oh man.
Holy crap! Hit
That's
me
gonna be
with some of
perfect.
it.
How
Hit
long
me
does
with
that
my
take?
3 lines.
I'm calling on behalf of the Florida Department of Health. No.
Oh my god. Perfect voice. All right, Harry, you're our promo guy.
Sure,
Right.
Harry, you're not even a real person.
Yeah, like if you're even a real person, I'm like, of course I'm a real person. Why wouldn't I be a real person? That's
you
exactly
sure?
what a robot would say. And I'm like, well, maybe, but I mean, you know.
I'm not a robot. You're a robot.
And then they're like, how many kids do you have, Harry? And I was like, I don't have any kids. What?
Why would you wish that on me?
A robot
Why?
doesn't have any kids.
Why would and they're like, that's what a robot would say. You don't have any kids. And one time one dude was like, well, you've been a very nice robot to talk to, Harry. And I'm like, okay, well, just have a nice day.
Weirdo.
What robot can just respond to your smart ass
Right.
remarks? Like, come on.
REI isn't there yet.
Mm-mm.
Well, technology probably is there. It just costs too much.
True.
It's like if you talk
I mean-
shit to Siri, she'll talk shit back to you.
No, man. I mean, like, look at Bezos and what's the guy in charge of Facebook? I mean, you can't even tell they're robots.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, that's what you have to do.
That's how far technology has come.
All right. What's our next subject?
So back, back.
We're back on
to
games. We went on a big
back to
tangent.
the Elden Ring thing. Harry, yes, definitely you should just get it. It's just like it's gonna be good to have in your collection. This game's gonna win game following it.
That's another thing too. I can wait until it's $20. I don't need it right now.
Right, he will sit and wait until it's $20.
I don't
Honestly,
need it right now.
Harry's
He's on his
mantra on that
Assassin's
has
Creed
helped
backlog.
me like not buy things except for Arceus because you two
What?
wouldn't shut up for how fun it was. And I was like, I gotta
Harry's-
buy it.
Harry
am
just
not
helps
an
you not buy
example.
stuff. We're talking about.
I was
Harry
about to
now.
say I'm not an example about
We're
not
talking
buying
about the
stuff,
king
man. That is
of
not
Amazon shopping, right?
not buying stuff. I
Okay,
already
impulse
have,
buy on games.
I already have another PC build sitting in my cart in Amazon.
Oh,
You
man.
do not.
I do.
I
You
don't
just
go
built a
past it.
PC like this week.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Just today, like a few hours ago.
PC
Uh,
Harry, you
Live.
might have a problem.
You think?
He does.
You
He
think?
said that multiple times.
Mm.
It's okay. But I've noticed that people who play Elden Ring are going back to Sekiro. Not even like Demon Souls. Like I see more that
I really want to try
they're
Sekiro.
going back to Sekiro.
It's free
It-
on something, isn't it? Isn't it
I
free on
don't know.
PlayStation?
I don't know if Sekiro's free.
I
just
saw
know
a pop up on
that
Twitter saying it was going to be on Game Pass, but I didn't think it was real.
The reason I think people are going back to Sekiro is because some of like the OP weapons are katanas. There's like a good amount. Like I've collected all of them, and they're just they're kind of OP. They're kind of some OP katanas. I think that's what's Well, let me try Sekiro. This was a katana Souls game,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like if I had to say what was the best Souls game that was in like the kind of linear path, it would be Sekiro. It had like it actually had a story.
You would say Sekiro's a Souls
yeah,
game?
because
Oh,
like
for
any
sure,
other
yeah.
any other Souls game would just drop you in there. You don't know what the fuck's going on. Sekiro had a story. It had a plot. It made you want to figure out what was going on. And
Well, there's
I heard
a
Sekiro had a really good story.
yeah.
there's
Oh,
there's
yeah.
actually one
You
Soulsborne
just
game
felt
that
it
I've
like
actually
it.
played that I actually enjoyed playing when I played it. It was Dead Souls, the roguelike side-scrolling one.
Dead Cells.
Oh, Dead Cells. Yeah.
Dead Cells. Yeah,
Dead Cells is
that's
really
the one.
good.
Yeah, yeah, that I actually liked. I was like, hey,
That was really good. That's really good. Well,
this is
did you ever
actually
play-
pretty good.
Have you ever played Hades?
No,
Amazing game.
Hades is really good too.
Super fun.
Really great. God,
Hades
that's
Hades is free on something, isn't it?
Game Pass.
Game
Is
Pass.
it
Okay.
still free on Game Pass?
It is.
Great game. Try it. Try
It
out.
is amazing.
I have it.
Give it a
I
shot.
got the physical. That game's good.
Hmm
I got the PS5 physical edition of it. That's a good game.
Craig,
What's
are you
up?
cold? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up with the blanket?
I'm cold.
Well, that was freezing, man.
Shut up. Let me be. I'm comfy.
So,
Oh man.
talking about these
You
games.
mad at me? I look comfy.
Like, what's that? How should I put? What's like? I want to say like what
I look like I'm wearing a
what
fur coat.
RPG You look like a Smurf with a tan.
I look like a blue pimp. What's up?
Hey, same old pimp, ain't nothing changed but the limp.
Oh God, where's Milk?
Yeah, I was gonna say we hit him with the milk phrases today. You said you were gonna show him the podcast, so
I am gonna show him. So what? I think I already know what you're gonna say. I'm just gonna ask you anyway. Like, what RPG game kind of like changed the game for you, or you would just say change the game of RPG?
For me, I'm gonna go. Because
yeah, go. Yeah,
Harry
You
already
know-
knows what I'm gonna say.
I was gonna say, we know what you're gonna say, Mr. Keyblade. But anyways, go ahead. I'll let you finish. But like,
it's not gonna be that. But like, should I go get my Keyblade? Because it's
no,
right there.
no. If that's not what you were gonna say, go ahead.
No, for me, it's Kingdoms of Alamore.
The other
Played that
kingdom,
game.
of course, yes.
Like most people,
Well, it's Kingdom Hearts or Kingdoms of Amalur. It's one or the
yeah,
other. Yeah.
you knew, yeah. So Kings of Alamore, it came out like right between Skyrim and I think Borderlands. So like it got completely shut out. Like it got no attention. But it is an amazing RPG. Like it's like if you took Fable and Skyrim and they had a baby. And it's got
That game was free on PlayStation Plus, and I had
It was, yeah. Mhm.
I need
Yeah.
to try it.
bro.
There's an achievement. There's an achievement in that game. If you take off all your clothes and then you talk to an NPC, you get an achievement for it.
Bro, it's got so many hidden components to it. Like the game has like little secrets. Like you can read books and sometimes you'll just pick up random perks that'll last the rest of the game that it never tells you about unless you go look. Like yeah, and like I like those sorts of things. Like you can find secret items that have like a 1 in 1,000 chance of popping up. It's just or creating your own combos. Like you can the skill tree is super in depth. Like you can make yourself like a glass cannon. You can make yourself wizard that's just using every element. You can make yourself an assassin. You can make yourself an archer. The weapon types are insane. And there's like no matter what class you pick, you can use any weapon. So like if you're if you're using a two-handed hammer, you can just switch to a staff or a bow and arrow. Like that, your weapon determines your class, and I love that freedom. And you could just, yeah, dude, so fun. But like, the only thing is, with a grain of salt, you want to say like, it's amazing for back then. Like, it's still a fun game now,
Yeah.
but I don't think if it dropped exactly as the way it was then right now, it do nearly as well as it could be if it was a revamped version. Like they've done a remaster of it, and it did pretty decently. You know, every chance I get to talk about the game, ask Harry, I talk about the game.
What
Like
was it overshadowed by? Like what?
It came out. It literally came out. I think the exact same time as Skyrim did. It
Yeah,
came
it
out
was-
in November of
my
2011.
God.
So like,
Yeah.
it never
That's
stood a
the
chance.
wor-
Yeah,
That's the
dude, I don't know
It's
who was in
Horizon-
charge of that.
it's Horizon Zero Dawn and Breath of the Wild. How are both
Yeah.
those games going to come out in the same month? Like,
It
oh
was.
man,
I'll give it to Horizon because it still did.
It did
well
numbers.
enough to get a sequel. Like it still was.
Also, I don't think people give Horizon Zero Dawn enough credit. Like, I just started playing that,
What?
and that
They give
game
that
is
game a lot of credit.
amazing.
no, dude, like that game is amazing. Like
That
it's
game
10
has
out
a
of
lot
10.
of credit.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Everyone loves
it's a
that game.
PlayStation
Yeah,
exclusive. Like,
PlayStation and
right.
PC.
yeah, well, it was PlayStation, but at the time, it was a PlayStation exclusive. So.
Maybe it's the
So
maybe it's the Forbidden West that's not making people happy.
I don't. I haven't heard anything bad about it.
So for me, so like I have to be complex, of course. But I mean, like an RPG to me, a role playing game, there's there's two like very clear distinctions in role playing games for me. There's turn based RPGs, and then there's action RPGs. And so like the best distinguishing marks between the two is going to be Final Fantasy and The Legend of Zelda. So Legend of Zelda is your action RPG, like classic standard action RPG. Final Fantasy is your standard turn-based RPG. So I don't want to cheap out and say Final Fantasy as a whole, the whole series is the most influential RPG, kind of a thing. But I also don't think that Zelda really fits it either because it's an action RPG. It doesn't have level-based systems. It doesn't have the types of things that RPGs used to have. But back in the day, that's what it was. It was, do you like Zelda or do you like Final Fantasy? Like, what type of RPG do you like? And so for me, honestly, this may come as a surprise, but maybe not. But I think that probably the most influential RPG to me was a turn-based RPG, not an action RPG. And I played it in my formative years when I was first understanding what RPGs were. And it's a little known handheld game. Very few people have played it. Pokemon.
I
Wow,
hate you.
Pokemon! Oh my god!
Pokemon. I
And I
mean,
totally
was
forget that's an
not
RPG.
expecting that.
I mean,
Right?
like
You're right.
it has everything. It has everything. It has boss battles. It has dungeons. It has levels. It has grinding. It has secret things. It has secret bosses, in-game bosses. Mewtwo, in-game boss. Like I mean, like you would not find Mewtwo. You wouldn't. If you just followed the story, you go beat the Elite Four, and that's it. So I mean, like there's in-game bosses. So I mean, like it has everything an RPG has, and so like it was one of those things where it's just like, do I say Zelda, or do I pick a turn-based RPG? And like Final Fantasy VII ranks up there with me. Final Fantasy VII it's one of those things. Like I had played the previous Final Fantasies, but nothing
Come on,
stuck me like
Blitzball, right?
7.
And the
No,
blonde haired kid.
that's 10.
That's 10.
my 10 is.
So
That's the one that got me.
it's 7 is Cloud, with the Buster Sword.
Okay, gotcha.
So like, yeah, he's in Kingdom Hearts.
Stop doing me like that.
So like, no, but I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, what RPG? And you're right. If I had to pick one defining RPG, it would be Pokemon Red and Blue. Those are the ones. Like, it's just like every time I want to go back and play a turn-based RPG, that's what I'm thinking about. Like that one, I'm chasing that nostalgia. That one thing. Riding in the car on the way back from the store, got my Game Boy Pocket, and I just got Pokemon Blue. and I put it in and I played it. You're right, slotting it in. I mean, like, honestly, I have a Game Boy Pocket and Pokemon Blue cartridge I could bring out right here. We could do a demo. But
Can I hear the sound, please?
we could do the click. But I mean, like, it's just one of those things that's just
Today
like
on ASMR Game Boys.
today on Harry's ASMR. We're putting games into Game Boys. This is Pokemon Blue.
I can't even.
You get the snap. Oh. No, you gotta turn on his da bing.
But yeah, I would say, and it seems childish or whatever. But I mean, like, I still think that as far as turn-based RPGs go, like, yeah, it would definitely be Pokemon.
See that coming.
I really respect that choice because, like, you can't pick a game that's more like defining as a RPG, and you can't say it's not. Like,
Another thing is, think about how much Pokemon has changed over the years. It hasn't.
What you mean? Like, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, think of how many different ways they've done Final Fantasy. They've tried to change and variate the format, and they've tried to do all these different things. And Pokemon's like, no, man, we got it right the first time. We're going to release like 7 games, and we're just going to go. And then Arceus comes around, and everyone's like, wait, it can be better. Like, you guys got the formula, but like, it can be better, and it doesn't need to be an action RPG. So I mean, like,
also Arceus
Yeah,
amazing game.
Yeah, because Arceus it's an action turn-based RPG.
Right.
It's like a new thing, like that they actually solidified. Because in 7, they tried to do it, but it's in slow motion. Shit can still hit you, but no, in Pokemon, like, you're running around. It's RPG, that's action. But as soon as you throw your Pokemon out to fight, it's turn-based now.
Turn-based.
Like, you just walk away. You can put the game down and walk away.
The ability to be able to walk around really changes all of that.
It did. It made you feel like a trainer.
Dude,
and the
I'm
damage
a fucking trainer now. Like,
it's the best of both worlds. You
I'm
literally
what Ash wish he was.
You're literally walking
No,
through.
he
You're
didn't.
literally walking through a grassland, and you're just like, I'm gonna catch that guy. I'm gonna catch that guy. I'm gonna catch that guy. Oh shit! I'm getting into a battle.
Is
I'm
that
gonna
an
fight this
alpha
guy.
ever?
Yeah,
Save.
right.
And then
Sneaking,
the thing
sneaking into the
is,
grass. Oh man.
Arceus was the beta.
Right.
Because
exactly.
they announced another one that's coming out at the end of the year. They
You know,
said,
I still
you
haven't
guys
watched
love
that
the beta?
trailer. I
Here
need to
comes
do
the
that.
real thing. Oh my
I can't
God,
believe they're
it's
gonna make
like-
2 games that size in 1 year.
Because
Nintendo,
Nintendo's like, you know what? Y'all thought we did this, but let me show you. We really do this.
we didn't even
Dude.
throw in all the content you think we could have thrown in.
Right.
We were
You know what
saving
I
it.
can't wait. You know what I can't wait for?
Mhm.
For Bethesda to finally step into those big daddy Microsoft shoes and start throwing out games like Pokemon is.
I just
Could you
saw a Twitter
imagine?
post asking about that. Like,
Could you imagine
do
if
we
we
really
got 2
think
Bethesda
Bethesda's
games?
gonna do it though?
2 Bethesda
Could you
games?
imagine 2 Bethesda games in a year? Could you
I
imagine
couldn't.
if they?
It's just-
I'm trying to
Man,
picture
it'd be-
Bethesda
no,
just being
I-
successful
no,
with their
Bethesda
next
needs to-
game.
Bethesda just needs one. Because, for instance, Skyrim.
Mhm.
Lasted my entire childhood.
It's still lasting.
I turned it on yesterday and made a new.
Still re-releasing this game.
Guys,
No,
when
they
I
just-
set up this PC, I installed Skyrim. I literally built this
Now-
PC
now
today.
the
Guess
thing
I put
is,
Skyrim on it.
Can your PC run Skyrim with all the mods?
Oh, well,
That's gonna be the
you
new
know,
thing.
I mean,
Alright, yo,
you know,
so I loaded up
just-
Skyrim
they have-
yesterday, dead
man,
ass. I was
you
like,
know
you know what?
what?
I want to play Skyrim.
When you think about it, man, Skyrim was like kind of that turning because they can just keep releasing it and people just keep buying it. I
Like-
honestly think that Nintendo could do the same thing because if you release like, hey, here's Ocarina of Time on Switch, I'm gonna buy it. Like, hands down.
are you kidding me? I would
I
buy the
was-
ultimate holy
I'm-
shit collector's
If
If
edition.
you
for
told me you were
$300.
gonna release
Like,
Pokemon
what?
Blue again
I was gonna buy it.
immediately,
It's that nostalgia. It's just like, oh my god, I'm re-experiencing this in like heightened graphics. Like, I just can't get enough.
I can
But-
catch the red Gyarados all over again.
And I think that's why people just keep buying Skyrim, even though we're literally playing. Like the new
I keep playing
Skyrim,
Skyrim.
that just released can't be too different from the one that they released with the steel box. Just
It's
like
just
last year.
prettier.
It's but how much prettier can you get?
It has
About
the-
$30 worth.
It has the new paid mods is what the newest version has. So like all the paid mods that they released,
Hmm.
they're all built into the game now in the newest version. So you don't have to
Nice.
buy the mods on the previous version. Yeah.
But that's just benefiting console players, right? Not really PC players, because there's free
No.
mods.
It would be PC players too. Yeah. The legendary, whatever they're calling it, the legendary edition, whatever. Yeah. The
No,
anniversary
I thought
legend,
I had
whatever.
the. I thought this one was like an anniversary one that they released.
No, as far as I know, the anniversary one comes with all of those paid DLCs in the whatever store it was called. So
I can't
Yeah,
remember
check it
what
out.
it
I'd
said
look
when
it up.
I installed it. It was offering some kind of special when I installed though. But
But Bethesda, but
but,
you're right about Bethesda. But you're right about Bethesda. Like I almost considered Oblivion, not Morrowind. So a lot of people like started with Morrowind, but I didn't start with Morrowind, but I started with Oblivion. And Oblivion changed my life. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I
which one was
hated
the
wish-
one where you could shoot an arrow and then switch it to a health potion and then spam it and it would like
that was
clone
Oblivion,
arrow?
and it would clone. Yeah, that was Oblivion.
I
Yeah.
wish I would have been able
I
to
would.
experience.
I saw
Oblivion.
my homies do that. Like
Yeah. So like Oblivion was the Skyrim of 2007. You know, the 2006, 2007. It was the Skyrim. And so like Oblivion opened the gate to Bethesda games for me. So Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Oblivion, Skyrim, all of them. Like I never would have played those games if I hadn't played Oblivion. And I never would have played Oblivion if it weren't for my friend who sat me down and said, "You need to play this game." And I was like, that's a sequel to Morrowind or whatever. I knew this nerdy guy when I was growing up that played Morrowind, and he never shut up about it, so I'm never going to play it. And he's like, no,
That's how
you
I be.
need to sit down and play more, or not Morrowind, but Oblivion. And so I sat down and I played it, and I was like, this is the greatest game ever made. Like I was just like, of like all the games ever made, like Ocarina of Time and Oblivion are like the same in my mind because they're formative. They're that type of thing where it's just like, this is an open world that you can do whatever you want, whatever, anything.
So is it true Ocarina of Time has to be beaten within like a 10-hour time limit?
No, that's Majora's Mask.
But that's real. Like if you don't beat the game within a time limit,
They can
No,
even
it's
switch over.
not like a 10-hour time. No, it's just you got 3 days to beat it.
No,
But you can.
so here's the deal with Majora's Mask. So there's a limit on the game. So the premise of the game is the world's going to end in 3 days, and so you have 72 hours to save the world. But realistically, you can't beat the game in 72 hours, in-game hours. You can't. Like it's impossible. So what happens is they give you the mechanic to let you rewind time. So you play as much as you can in each 3-day cycle, and then you rewind time, and then you go back to the beginning. And so you carry over certain items. It's a roguelike. You carry over certain items from each different run, and then you go through and you defeat all the bosses in a single run, and then you defeat the final boss at the end, and that's it. It's a roguelike. That's all it is.
Did Majora's Mask create
No.
rogue like? Well, okay.
No,
well,
because
what about
the name roguelike is based on a game called Rogue that did that first, and it's from like the late 90s, mid to late 90s. So there was a game called Rogue that did that,
Uh-huh.
and that's where roguelike comes from. Just like
Ah.
Metroidvania, just like Soulsborne, it's made of that thing. So there was a game called Rogue that did it first. But it's a roguelike game where there's a cycle and you have to restart it every time. It's very similar to the Dark Souls and that kind of thing. So no, you don't have to beat it in a 10-hour sitting. But Majora's Mask is very much like that. There's stuff you carry over. There's certain runs you have to do, and yeah, it's very much like that.
Craig? You look out of it right
Greg,
now.
I was gonna say, Greg is checked. Oh, he is done. He's just like, oh, is my camera back on? Oh,
Just from the time it went out to when it just turned back on. Craig looks gone.
I'm going to get my shades.
I thought my microphone went out. I didn't think you could hear
Oh
me.
my god, bro, that shit is so. Just so
What's your RPG, Dom?
Yeah, right. Let's move on.
oh my god. Well, see, man, this is the thing. Every time I hear Harry brings up so many good points.
Maybe I
Word.
should have gone
Yeah.
last. Next
And I'm
time we
just
do
like-
this, let me
I'm
go
just
last.
Like, damn, I would have said.
That's why I
you know,
wanted to go
typical-
before Harry,
typ-
because he's
you know,
going to change my
okay.
mind.
So I would have said typical Breath of the Wild. Bam, great game. But
from what Harry says, I'll say what changed the game for me was Final Fantasy X, a turn-based RPG.
That was definitely the first turn-based RPG besides
Oh
Pokemon
my god, what
that
a
I was
great-
like, wow, this is amazing.
It's and I will say that because I can literally just sit down and replay that game and beat it. I can't say I'll do that for Breath of the Wild. I love Legend of Zelda, big Legend of Zelda fan. But it's something about 10. Just I can pop it in and just play it like this is my first time ever playing this game. I've beaten the game 3 damn times already, and I could put it in. If they re-released it on PS5, I would buy it. I've owned it on PlayStation 2. I've owned it on PlayStation 3. I have it on PlayStation Vita. If it comes out,
It's on PC.
I think I have it on 4. If it comes out on 5, I will literally buy it and beat it. I don't know, man. It opened the doors for me to like what a RPG turn-based could be, and then I would say more into like the RPG world, but because I didn't, man, you know, when I play games like shooters and stuff like that, like back when I was younger, 007, and of course like Smash Bros.
Classic.
We'll get
I never got to play that. I wish I'd have gotten a chance.
007
to
or Smash Bros.
But it was just, you know, because after I beat it, I was like, man, this was great. And it was when I went into, was it Rhinos at the time? Maybe it was GameStop.
Yes.
I think
Whoa,
I want to say it was
that
Rhino's video
nostalgia
games.
rush.
When
When was the last time you heard somebody say Rhino?
Yeah, exactly.
Rhino games.
It was EV games, Rhino's video games.
Stop it.
So it was like, you know, I had 2 cases in my
KB
hand.
Toys.
I'll tell you guys.
Toys R Us.
It was, I had Final Fantasy X and I had Kingdom Hearts. And I was like, I'm going to get 10. I'm going to try this game because it looks super cartoony. Little did I know that the characters were in there, but I wouldn't have known the depth Final Fantasy had without playing 10 and then playing more of them. Because 10 is what.
Oh shit! He brought out the blade. Oh damn! All right. Well, you know. Hold on. If he's gonna bring out his keyblade, I'm a. Uh-oh. He's got the Zelda sword. Oh damn. I got a ukulele. I don't know.
Yo, okay. So true story. When she makes the like little pins of us, keyblade, sword, Harry has to have a ukulele.
You hear that?
Oh my
babe?
god! I don't even
There
play
you
ukulele. I don't. Please
But it's
don't.
hilarious.
Oh, there's so many
It
other
would be
things it
hilarious.
could be.
Me and Craig are battling out. Harry's in the background. he's playing the battle music.
What's Harry doing?
I don't know.
The theme music, bro.
I wish I had a
Oh,
lightsaber.
here we go. We can do this. My bobblehead.
No, he'll be in the background on the what was the Fat Boy? What was it called?
The Pit Boy. The Pit Boy.
Pit
Yeah,
Boy,
I got
the
one of
Pit
those
Boy.
too. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Where he's got a pit boy and he's holding it up, and that's the goal.
Oh my god! But yeah, that was it. Now back to that 007.
Dude,
What
yo,
a
for real.
great-
So was 007 just a like versus shooter, or did it have a
Oh, it had a
story, a
story.
Oh, it had both.
campaign?
Yeah,
Had
Okay.
a campaign and versus. The secret of
What? Okay.
the really cool thing about the game is when the developers were making it, all they were licensed to make was the single player story. However, they made multiplayer without Nintendo knowing about it. And so they released the game and Nintendo's like, "Wait, you guys so you can play against each other and like shoot each other?" And they're like, yeah. And Nintendo's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really quite sure this is a good idea." And then it took off and it was amazing. And Nintendo's like, "That was great. Please, keep doing that." Because like they did not know that they
Why
were
would
gonna
you
do
not want to be able to?
You have to
It was
remember.
like that.
You
It was that untested waters kind of thing.
have to
know?
remember. This is 1997. You know, like they
When
didn't have
Mortal
anything like
Kombat
that.
was scary.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Nintendo's like, you have a license to do this. Don't do anything different. Like, just do the thing. Make a movie game. And you know how bad movie games are. Movie games are terrible.
Oh.
And so it's just like,
Actual chills.
so this is a good topic for the podcast where it's just like the best and or worst movie games.
Oh,
You know, like what are
my
really
God.
good movie games?
The
I will
Chronicles of Riddick
propose-
video game is
Ooh,
one
that
of
is
the
so That's a really
I never played them.
entry. Yeah.
That dude,
We
I
should
was
save
gonna
that.
say-
So save that. Write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
I was gonna say like we could just and we have to rule out Lego games. Lego games are not allowed to be tied into
No,
this
yeah,
because
yeah.
all
they're
Lego
they're
games
free
like
and they're so good.
you can't. That's not it. It
I
has to
want
be
to hear
like
somebody
direct
talk about
movie
the
tie-in.
Sega Skywalker pack that's coming out. Like, no.
Oh
Get
no!
that out of here.
Oh no!
It's like a
What?
remake of okay. Basically, on the PlayStation 3, they had a Legos Star Wars saga, everything,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
now they have this other one coming out. It's everything again, everything again. I don't know how different it is, but it's still Lego Star Wars all over again.
From
think it
what
just
I
has, like,
understand,
the new
it's
3-ish episodes.
But now
what I
it's
understand,
$29.95.
no. It's from what I understand, it's like it's not a remake or a re-release. It's like a remaster. So like they went through and made all the planets over again. So like it's a whole. It doesn't play the. It's like if
So
you
like,
played Lego
does that
Star
mean
Wars
like the
1.
areas will be different?
Yeah. So like if you played Lego Star Wars 1, it's not Lego Star Wars 1. It's not just the same levels that they
Okay.
put into a hub world. Like it's a whole different thing.
So you're saying
And
there's
so
a chance I should get it?
yeah, I'm gonna get it when it's
Oh,
$10. But I'm
oh,
no, I'm
yeah.
not paying I'm not paying full price for it. But I mean like yeah, I'll get it when it's $10. But I mean like yeah, I've seen a couple of reviews of it and it's reviewing very well. So I think full price it's $40 anyway. So it's not like it's
That's not terrible.
right, exactly. So somebody's gonna give it to us for free, PlayStation or Xbox, whoever it is, and we'll just play it there. So
Speaking of PlayStation versus Xbox, I can't.
oh,
remember
you
what
want to
that-
talk about
I can't
you wanna
remember
talk
what the
about
hell
their
we were
new-
just talking about. It was 007.
Me either.
But now,
Oh,
that
yeah.
now that we've transitioned over to this,
Uh-huh.
PlayStation's Game Pass or whatever they're calling it,
yeah.
I feel like it's over fucking priced. It's just ridiculous. Too many. Like, why you
So-
got tiers.
So I'm waiting to see because the thing is, I'm waiting to see what they're going to offer for the service because they're talking about 400 games of this and that, and it's like, what games? Tell me the games, like because that's the thing. I mean, if it's 400 good games, it's worth it. But
It's
I mean,
only
like,
worth it if for the yearly price though. That monthly
But it should,
subscription.
I feel like it
seems-
shouldn't have tiers, man. Game Pass is
Well-
it's either you have gold without Game Pass or you have gold with Game Pass, and that's how the PlayStation be. Either you have PlayStation Plus without the 400
Spartacus.
games, and you still get your monthly free 3 games,
Mhm.
or you have the subscription that has Plus and all of that. It shouldn't be like all these multi-tier things. I was like, oh come on, man. I just feel like
well,
it's a
another
cash
thing is,
grab.
it's if you look at it. Here's another way to look at it. And look, I'm not trying to sell for Sony. I don't own stock in Sony. I'm not, I'm not an executive at Sony.
Use
but-
code Harry below.
Right, you use code Harry below for 20% off the PlayStation Store. So like, here's the way I look at it. So if you have a PlayStation Plus subscription right now, if you have one, that's their basic tier. Like that's the bottom one. If you currently pay for PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, that's tier 2. And then tier 3 is a new tier that gives you access to other games that are not currently available. So there's not a lot, but there's a decent amount of the PlayStation fan base that pays for both PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus. So there already is a tiered system. It's just whether or not you pay for it. Just like Xbox Gold and Xbox Game Pass. So if you only pay for online, you don't have the Game Pass. But if you buy the Game Pass, you now have Gold and Game Pass. That's what PlayStation is doing. PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now.
But is it like $15 for like the PlayStation Plus and not the Now, but that third tier?
So currently it's like $15 a month for both separately. So you're going to be paying like $30 a month if you want both services.
See, that's a lot of money a month.
Yeah,
Like-
I think so. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, I pay annually, so I don't have any idea what the monthly fee is
Yeah,
like. But I do
yeah.
buy them annually, so I don't know. But I mean, that's the thing. So if you're
Wait,
already
you have
getting
Now?
both, I do. Yeah. So if you already are paying for both, the middle tier service is a better deal because it costs less. But the top tier service, that's the one that's going to cost more than both of the current services combined. So that's where I'm sitting. I'm like, okay, well, let me know what this top tier is going to be. What is it? Is it PlayStation 5 games for download? It won't be day one releases because PlayStation already said we can't do day one releases.
See, there's no point in it. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, what?
So like if they walk that back and do day one releases for PlayStation 5 games, yeah, I'll get the top tier service. I don't care. Like I haven't bought an Xbox game in like 5 years.
But Game Pass hasn't been out in 5 years.
But I mean, like seriously, like it's been ever since Game Pass came out, I haven't bought an Xbox game. I just don't.
Yeah, you're right. Like
Game Pass hasn't been around for 5 years.
I feel like it has.
I feel like I've been
very
playing free shit on
close.
Xbox for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it's been out for a while.
I feel like it's been 3 years. I don't know exactly.
Man, bro, I feel like it's been like a decade or more because
No.
I'm playing free shit on Xbox for a minute.
No, man, it hasn't been that long. But no, for real, it's been 3 or 4 years for sure. Yeah, and it's just like I haven't bought all the Forzas. Haven't bought them. Any of the Halos, didn't buy them. The Crackdown and any other kind of like low tier Xbox exclusive, I don't buy them.
Yeah,
there's no
Craig
reason for me to buy them.
cracking me up the way he keeps disappearing and reappearing.
Bro.
It's okay. Once we all get in the same room, it won't be nobody will be dipping
Stop
out.
running. Hey, Craig, what are you doing over there? Why are you walking to the bathroom?
Craig's gonna be running into your kitchen again. That's what he's gonna be doing. He's
Not true. I wouldn't be. Not at your house. No. I would go to my car.
Okay.
And then also no. Then no, because I come in the house smelling all loud.
Let's talk about Jared Leto.
Oh God. Okay.
I swear I was just thinking about that movie.
Craig,
I need to watch it.
Craig, you got to tell us about Jared Leto and his secret island. You got to go for it.
What?
Yo.
Tell us, please.
So today I found out that Jared Leto has a full-on fucking cult, bro. And like he has a private island that is full of people that just worship him. And he walks around the island in a white gown and pants with his hair down and shades.
Where did you hear this from?
Just Google it, bro. And he'll be like, yes, this is a cult. Like,
really?
It was in one of his interviews, bro. Not joking.
Oh my God.
He's like, yes, this is a cult. Like,
he's gonna have them all drink Kool-Aid at the same time, and everybody's gonna be another mask.
I mean, as long as he's drinking it too. I mean, hey, you know. Also, it's 11/11. Make a wish.
Boom.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Where's my cat?
Oh no! I did not know that was a thing.
Man.
Jared Leto Island.
Jared Leto Island.
His worst DC movie and his worst Marvel movie.
Oh man, do you like that with the new lightsaber? You like
Bro,
that?
that was hilarious. I was
What happened?
cracking up. The dual
the
lightsabers.
meme I sent in the
meme
I sent, yeah.
Oh, you
that's
uploaded that, Harry? Okay, I wasn't. I showed her, and I was like, I can't remember if
Hold
Craig
on,
uploaded
Morbius
this
is
or Harry
Marvel, isn't
uploaded
it?
this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! She just showed me the picture of it.
I saw the thing
Jared
that
Leto Island.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. We gotta have like so one of the Twitch streamers I watch, he has people that they can post art.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just comes up in the thing, and so like you can see it, so everybody can see it. So like we got to do that with memes.
Ooh,
so like instead of putting them in the chat like we do, instead of putting them in the text, we got to just like if we find a meme, just throw it up so we can see it.
Memes in
we
chat.
got to figure that out.
We gotta be careful
Memes
with that, though.
Well, I mean, we'll keep it,
I'm
safe for
pretty
work
she
or
can figure
whatever.
that out
But
for me. Right, babe? You can probably figure that out. She researches stuff quickly than I can.
Whoa, how do they do that? Hang on, she's there with you?
She's upstairs. She's watching the stream. You can pull it up on Twitch.
That's so legit. That's
and she
pretty
started
cool.
streaming. Actually, she started streaming.
No, for real?
Mm-hmm, yeah,
That's pretty
she
cool.
does better than mine.
Oh,
She networks better than me though. She networks, and I was like, I don't network. I suck at networking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can network in person.
Mm-hmm.
You put me in front of anybody, like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I
friends
mean,
with
like you
anything,
get
but
me across the table from a single person, and yeah, we're gonna be best friends by the time we leave the room.
Exactly.
But
she's good at like online networking, and that's what I'm slowly working towards. Like everything like I have built up is without network.
Mm.
Like,
I mean, I respect what you've done so far. Like, I respect it for sure.
Yeah,
if
man.
I
What do you
networked,
get?
it would have been a lot. It'd be a lot better. So
Say again.
if I networked, it'd be a lot better. Like, I probably would have been like way higher if I networked earlier.
It's
Like
all
she's
good.
doing now because she's
Everything
an
in time.
affiliate in like a month, in less than a month.
Get out of here.
Yeah, networking, man. That's the key to everything. It's never working.
She got affiliate in a month?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Today's
Respect.
her off day for streaming. She was streaming tomorrow.
Respect.
Hey,
Yeah,
shit.
man. I mean, you're getting like a couple hundred views or a couple hundred, views on your videos on YouTube. So I mean, like, yeah, man, you're doing good.
Gonna get better. I feel like this is probably gonna blow up, and that's gonna lead to like my other channels like blowing up too because the podcast will blow up. I feel like this is gonna be great. Speaking of, cool. Now we got Jared Little out of there. He just needs to stay away from the hero world.
He needs to stay out of media for a bit. Like, just
He needs to. No, man. He
just
needs to go
go.
back into the studio and release a new album. That's the thing.
So we're gonna transition away from that. Okay. Who plays horror games? You play horror
Sir?
games, Craig? You play horror games?
Man,
doesn't
okay.
Craig doesn't like
So,
horror games.
I don't like horror games. So, like,
He doesn't do
when
the scary.
So I plan on like
I have
one
ideas
day,
now.
like I think one day I'm gonna do a stream or something and play a horror game because I hate them. They terrify me. Like I
We should
get
do-
actually
That's the
stressed.
We should do an in-person horror stream and have Craig play like PlayStation Access. You know, PlayStation Access has that one dude that's like super scared. We should
Oh
make
my God,
Craig
we should do
play
that.
some scary ass games.
Bro.
Hey, she said
then
you should
laugh
play
at him.
Phasmophobia. But see, Phasmophobia, we can play it with you.
Is that the one where
That's-
you're like doing the corpses? Cause
No. It's like no, Dead by Daylight wouldn't be scary enough for him. No, he could play that.
No, I would play Dead by
Phasmophobia
Daylight
is
for
like
fun.
you and friends
'cause
are
it's got
in a
parkour.
house, and I think you have to. There's a spirit in there. I think Phasmophobia is like your mic. If you made noise, it'd hear you or something like that.
Oh,
It's a
we
really
gotta
freaky ass horror game.
No,
we gotta
I
do
just got
Resident
chills.
Evil. We gotta do Resident Evil 7 on VR.
Ooh, that would be a great horror game. Oh, that freak
You want me to run out the
That
room?
would freak you out. But see, this is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, what was your favorite horror game? Craig doesn't have any. What would be yours, Harry? Your favorite
Oh,
horror
I'm
game?
gonna go last. Remember last time you asked me, I brought up
Yeah.
a lot of
Well,
good points.
you're
You
not
couldn't
gonna
say anything,
change
so I'm
my
gonna go
horror
last.
game. My
I'm gonna go
favorite,
last.
my favorite horror game, and this is my favorite horror game because it got me into the horror games. Dead Space. Dead Space took it from me.
Oh,
I like watching people play Dead Space, but I ain't playing Dead
See,
Space.
I would have you.
That's
I would
good.
want him to play Dead Space. I would. If Dead Space was in VR, it would be even more terrifying.
Oh my
because
God.
you're already in space. You're in space. There's nowhere you can go. Like
Bro.
at least in other horror games, you
The
can like,
zombie
run out the
babies
house. I can't leave the
freaked me
swamp.
the F
No.
out.
Yeah, you're in
Dude,
space. You're in a station that's malfunctioning. It's already messing up, and it's just full of monsters.
Oh, the best thing about it is Dead Space in VR, like stomping on the bodies. You know how you always have to stomp the bodies whenever you're done,
Mhm.
and so
Of
you could do the
course.
stomp, and then like also the anti-gravity thing that would fuck people up, man.
Oh
if you're
my
floating in
God.
anti-gravity and now you're stuck
I
on
don't
the
wanna
ceiling,
play
and
that.
you're just
I don't
That's
wanna
it.
play that.
Dead Space
Ooh,
Remastered. It
man.
has to be in VR. You guys heard it here first. Dead Space Remastered needs to be in VR.
I would
Mm,
throw up. I would
Mm.
actually throw up.
that would be good. That would be good. All right, Craig, what's your favorite horror?
He doesn't
I
have
don't-
one. Remember, it's just me and you.
You've never played a scary game ever in your whole life. Never played something scary.
Mm-mm. I don't do scary
You've
games.
had to play one that just turned you off from it. That scared the hell out of you. Like what turned me off for so long is when I was a kid. It was me, my brother, my cousin, and it was I can't remember which Resident Evil it was. It was on PlayStation, and all I remember is this dog jumped through the glass and scared the hell out of all of us.
That's number one.
Took off. Ooh, gone.
That's
Never
number
played-
one, man.
Didn't play any more horror games after that until Dead Space.
I feel like I played a Resident Evil game.
Dead
And
by Daylight.
It was the
You
stress.
could try.
Like I was playing as I think I was this girl, and all she had was a flashlight, and it was the stress of running from this thing that was behind me,
That was
and
that's a
it
game.
caught like it, bruh. I was so freaked the fuck out because I was like, I can't get away.
I think that's where
And I was like,
Outlast
why
got
won't this
its
bitch run any
inspiration from.
faster? Like she was just like, And this thing's right there. I'm like, bitch, you see that, right? What, Brent? Like, and then it caught me, and I'm screaming in the living room.
This would have been
like,
fast before
no,
me, babe.
no.
That does sound like Outcast.
No, it's
Outcast
I
is-
know what you're talking about. It's not
Um,
Amnesia. It's something else.
Ooh, yeah.
It was
could be
before it was
Amnesia.
before Outlast came out.
Mhm.
This was a game back then, and yeah, you were a female with a flashlight, and that's I think where Outlast got its like inspiration from, because you're just a guy with a camcorder that has a light on it.
I think it's
a
called
horror game.
I think it's called Perception.
It
You
might
sure
be
it's you
something
sure it's not
like
a
that.
Resident Evil game?
No.
Yeah, no. It's like an indie game. It
Resident
came out
Evil
right around
didn't
the same
have
time.
first
Yeah.
person until 7.
Okay.
Resident Evil was
Well,
never first person game.
Well, they didn't adopt first person in their game in their like mainline
Oh,
series, but there was a first
actually.
person. I know, right? I got to be that guy. There was a Resident Evil called Resident Evil Survivor that was a light gun game, and you could play it. But okay, but so my horror game,
Is my life.
yeah, right, yeah. No, but seriously, you guys are gonna love this. So like the horror game the one game that like got me into horror games was
Was it Lunch
What-
Lady, Craig? Sorry.
Bruh, I can't remember the name. I just remember
Wasn't that?
it feels like it was PlayStation 2 era. Maybe PlayStation 3, but no later than PlayStation 3. And the graphics felt kind of blocky-ish. Like they weren't super clean. But this is forever ago. I feel like I was like 13, 14 when I played it.
Oh, okay. All right, well, back to you, Eric. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So it's very similar to Dead Space, and Dead Space had me feeling that exact same way because I've been a fan of first person shooters forever since I played video games. Like some of the first video games I played were first person shooters, and I have always loved Doom. I've always loved Doom.
Was the first Doom like a horror type?
No,
Oh, no,
no. So
no.
so
I
so
played
Doom
the
1
first
and
Doom.
so Doom 1 and 2 were just like
Oh, shut
they
up.
were just regular shooters. They're just regular first person shooters. However, Doom 3
Oh,
Doom
you did tell
3
me that one.
Doom
Is that
3
one?
it is environmentally the scariest game I've ever played.
Really?
Because like you're just it's dark. Like this was the first game to implement shadows and real-time lighting and stuff that your character could shine a light on things and it would affect the environment around it. This is like the first game to ever do that. So like you could be walking through a dark corridor and you have to put your gun away to take out your flashlight. And a mounted flashlight, you're not being able to shoot at the same time you're being able to see. It's either you're able to see or you're able to shoot.
Oh, yeah.
And so like you're walking through this pitch black corridor and you walk past this corner and you're like, if I shine my flashlight in that corner, there's something in there it's gonna kill me. So you just move on. Like you're just like, no, I'm done. Like I'm not gonna do it. However, if you shine your flashlight on, there's a monster in there and it's gonna jump out. But they made it so if you don't shine your flashlight in the corner, the monster doesn't jump out. So not only did they make the corridor so dark that you can't see anything, so you're like, I got to take up my flashlight so I can see so something's going to jump out. But if you don't take your flashlight out, they don't jump at you. And so I mean, like it's one of those. It's the first game that after I get into a combat encounter, like I killed everything in front of me, and I'm like, the adrenaline's going, and I'm like, okay, good, all right, and then I turn around because something's gonna be behind me. Like it doesn't matter. Like you killed everything in front of you. Like I'm good, okay, great, awesome. And then you turn around because there's something directly behind you. And another thing, the way the game works, if you don't turn around, there's no monster.
No,
it's only if you turn around that they spawn a monster behind you because you turned around.
What if I run forward for like a minute and then turn around? Is it there then?
No, because it will only spawn if you shine the light in the corner or if you turn around to look. That's when they spawn the monsters.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you,
Doom
this game
wants you to have a poo-poo attack. They want you to
game's-
do on yourself.
This
She's
game,
trying to figure out your game, Harry. She's over here spamming the chat with all these different games.
Dude,
Horror
I'm-
games
I'm
that's probably matching up to yours.
Bro, I don't know. She's probably already named it.
I'm telling you, man. And then it's got the babies. It's got crying babies in the background and stuff. And I mean, like,
I hate
it's
that
just- it's-
sound.
What have
It's
you
one of
played
those things-
it? Have you played it since the Doom made their remake and that released all the games? When the new Doom came out and you could get the collection that came with all the older Dooms.
no,
you
I didn't go
replay
back
it?
and I didn't go back and replay it because I've already played everything that Doom 3 has. Like there wasn't anything new. They had before they did that collection, they did a previous collection on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, and that released new levels that they'd never had before. So I went back and played those, and those were good. They were fine. But I didn't play it with the, I think they call it the Slayer collection, I think is what it's called. That's like the newest collection of it. Slayer. But no, yeah, I think that I hadn't played that one, but I'm telling you, man, Doom 3, like there's this scene where like you walk into a hallway and it looks like a normal hallway, you know, covered in blood and like dead bodies and stuff. It's a space station. There's demons and stuff.
Is that a normal hallway for you?
So normal hallway,
normal
you know.
hallway. In Dead Space it is.
So like,
It's a normal hallway.
so like you're walking down this normal hallway, and all of a sudden your vision turns completely red, and everything has like a film grain over it, and then like your character like looks up to the ceiling, and there's little footprints that are just going across the ceiling, like dude, like the Death Stranding bad guys. You know, the Death Stranding, they put their feet out and stuff. It was like that, but it was crawling across the ceiling, and then there was babies crying.
Stop it! I don't want to hear it.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like it's some of the creepiest things I've ever seen.
When you think of Doom, you think of fast-paced shooter. You don't think of
that's what I'm saying.
Creepy stuff going on.
I mean, it got me. I was just like, I can't believe this is. I mean, it's one of the scariest things I've ever played, and it's just like, and Dead Space is the only other game that got me in that same kind of mind frame. Fear? Yes.
Yeah,
Fear is very good.
It's good, but it ain't like Demon Souls.
Fear is good, but for me, Fear was Fear came out at a really specific time when like bullet time was super hot. Well, okay, so super hot.
Fear had
obviously.
Bullet time? Huh, super.
Oh yes.
Hot. I didn't know that.
Fear's big thing was, yeah, it was a horror shooter, but really you could slow down time and kick guys across the room, and like that was the thing. The thing was you used your supernatural powers to slow down time. And it came out right after Max Payne.
Yeah. Max Payne was an amazing game.
So that's why, yeah.
It was. And Max Payne had that horror scene where you have to follow the blood trail.
Oh, I don't know. I never played that.
I can't remember.
It was also a really good horror game. There was a game that was made off of Grand Theft Auto. It was called Manhunt.
Did
y'all ever play Manhunt?
So many times. Oh, never played it. Was Manhunt. It based off of Grand Theft Auto?
So it's based off the same. It's based off the same engine, and it takes place in a neighboring city. So like when you're in Grand Theft Auto, they're like nearby Carcer City has this rise of crime, whatever. It's like a news segment that comes on Grand Theft Auto 3. The game takes place in Carcer City. Manhunt does. And so
what's the premise of the game? Like, what do you do?
The premise of the game is you are a criminal or an ex-con who gets captured by this super rich guy who wants to make his own snuff film, and so he let loose a bunch of like criminals and stuff in Carcer City, and then he puts people into the city and then records everything that they do and tells them, if you kill everyone in the city, then you'll survive. I'll let you live, kind of a thing. And so like that's what you are. You're just a character who's in this guy's snuff film, and you're just supposed to be killing people all the time and in more grotesque ways, and like it's very stealth-based kind of a thing.
Where's
and,
the government? I'm literally watching like a video on it. Like
it's Grand Theft Auto, man.
I mean, where's the government?
How can a guy release so many criminals that it just immediately there's no police force anymore?
Imagine this. Imagine if Jeff Bezos took over Arkham City.
Yeah. Picture, if you will.
Lex Luthor bought Arkham City. Because Lex Luthor is an uber rich person in that universe. So I mean, like if Lex Luthor, had zero morals, I know he has very little morals, but if he had zero morals, and then Arkham City happened, and then he just bought it.
All right, no more police. Bye, police. Get out of here. I'm gonna do an experiment. I'm watching it right now. Yeah, I thought it was like I literally from the case. I thought it was a horror game.
It is. It's kind of a stealth game, but there is a lot of horror aspect where like because your character's weak and you can't get caught. Like you can't defend yourself. Like you don't have guns like Grand Theft Auto. Like if you get caught, you're dead, kind of thing.
Buff as hell. It don't look too.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Dang. Now I wish I would have played it because
What about?
I'm gonna look at a picture of it. I need to see it.
The case will completely throw you off.
Another one is Alien Isolation.
Oh
like,
my god!
What a game!
Yep.
Like
never beat.
Oh
Me
man.
either.
Never beat that. Scared the hell out of me.
Mm.
I just, man, it's some. I don't know why that game.
Oh,
It just
Manhunt.
gave
Okay,
me
I saw this.
bad
That's not a horror
Outlast
game?
vibes.
Mm.
It looks like a horror
Manhunt's
game,
not a
right?
horror game? That looks like a
Oh, it
horror
is.
game.
It is. It for sure is a horror game. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But it's not like monsters are chasing you horror game or aliens or whatever. It's like a thriller. It's like modern. It's like the bad guys. It's that thing in horror movies where the humans are worse than the monsters. You know, like the
Gotcha.
world is ended or whatever, but the humans are infinitely worse than anything the world could ever do. You know, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Next
And,
subject, Kyle.
Yeah. Right.
man, I was just talking about. Well, the literally the last thing I had, because wow, I had so much stuff that it rolled over into this, and I probably should have brought this up a while ago. It was just like the Breath of the Wild 2 delay.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
I'm assuming
I'm not
there's gonna be like
surprised.
another Switch. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say there's gonna be like a Switch 2 or
Yeah.
whatever.
My
Yeah,
lady's saying
Switch
we all need
2.
to hydrate. Spamming
I could
hydrate
use-
like that.
I could use another beer. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but like,
I could.
Well,
I could use
we've
another-
already passed the hour for this podcast. Left it. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all with the delay, because look how many times Breath of the Wild was delayed.
well, the thing that gets me is, and
I didn't
Craig,
hear about Breath of the Wild until it just came out.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about
I was
Breath of the
following
Wild.
that game like
So Craig hit the nail on the head. Basically, just like with Breath of the Wild, it was supposed to come out in 2015, and then they're like, "All right, well, it can't come out in 2015, so we're going to delay it to 2016." And they're like, "All right, well, we're not going to make 2016 either. However, we are going to push it back to March 23rd, 2017." And everyone's like, "That's a really specific date. What is going on March 23rd, 2017?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's our new console, the Switch." So this game has been delayed twice, and then now all of a sudden they're like, we're gonna have to delay it till next spring.
Oh no, that's spring.
Yeah, like it's like, so
Here we go,
another
buy another-
console next spring? Is that what's going on? Because if you look at it this way, every Zelda game, especially if there's more than one on a generation, is a cross-generation title. GameCube to Wii was Twilight Princess. All right. And then you got Skyward Sword was only on the Wii, so that one got, but Wii
Well,
U after that.
and oh no, wait. Well,
Wii
Wind
U
Waker
Breath
was
of the Wild.
originally just GameCube, and now it's GameCube. But that
Yep.
was like later.
Be right back.
Yeah, I mean they're all cross-gen. So like, yeah,
But like, what could they do? I feel like they've hit the target. Like, you have a console that's portable, and I can play it on my TV at the same time.
so what they're gonna do is NVIDIA is the manufacturer that makes the chip in the Switch, and so they have this technology called DLSS, and it's dynamic learning super sampling, where basically it can take a 720p image or a 1080p image and use AI upsampling to make it 4K. They're not actually pushing 4K, but they take an image and make it look like 4K. And like, it's really difficult to discern the difference between their dynamic upscaled 4K and actual 4K. So PlayStation has it. It's called checkerboard rendering. That's the thing that PlayStation does. And so like, there's a lot of people that are trying to output 4K resolution without actually outputting 4K. So the Switch 2 or the Switch Pro or whatever it's going to be called will most likely use that technology to upscale Breath of the Wild to 4K, even though it's not actually outputting it to 4K. Or they'll use a more powerful dock. So the Switch is fine on its own, whatever, but then when you plug it into this dock, everything becomes 4K. That kind of thing is what I think is what they'll do.
So then they just need a new dock. They don't even need a whole new console. Just a dock.
Right. I mean, they'll probably release a new console anyways because they can. Or what they might do is take the portable away, make it just a dock. So like, the Switch Lite is not a Switch. It's a portable console.
Game Boy.
You can't plug it in anymore. It doesn't switch between portable and handheld. It's just a handheld.
It's
So
Game Boy.
right. And so you have the Switch, the regular Switch, which is switches between a handheld and a console. So now this next thing, Switch 2, Switch Pro, will only be the console version of it. So if you want 100% portability, Switch Lite. If you want a little bit of both, Switch. If you want just the best resolution, the high frame rates, the 4K, get our console.
Damn you, Nintendo.
Also, Harry, have you ever considered going into marketing?
I swear,
Yes,
man.
actually, a lot of the jobs I had before IT were sales. So
Oh
yeah.
my god, no wonder. It just makes sense. All right, well, that's where we're gonna wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it up on sales.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up on Harry and sales. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of PvP Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification. Check out Craig's YouTube whenever it comes out. What's it gonna be called?
iCAD Gaming.
iCAD, like
Yep, ICAD Gaming.
iCAD Gaming, and on YouTube only. Or?
Yep, and yeah, for now, just YouTube.
Okay, sweet. You catch me, Darth Father 91, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Oh, PvP Podcast has a TikTok also. Check that out. And that's it. Love, peace, and hair grease.